Welcome back, everybody. It is the second semi-final. We are on Belshir, and it is a TVP. In the bottom right, as the blue Protoss, he is Patience.
That's right. And on the top left, we haven't seen him yet either. Two brand new players onto the stream. This is jjakji. I don't mean brand new as in this is the first time they've ever been casted. That is like the opposite of what I'm trying to say. These guys have been cast on BaseTradeTV for a very long time. First time we've seen them on for today's stream. Just getting to the meat and potatoes of the bracket now.
Yeah, kind of stuck to the bottom half for a long time. Keep forgetting that the bot isn't working, so Dares, our admin, is also being our bot, basically.
Dares bot activate.
And
you're doing a good job, Dares. Shout out to you, buddy.
Yeah, he really is. So, thank you very much, and thank you to anyone who has donated to the Matcherino. Yeah,
there's been a lot actually. I've been having a look at it on my tab here on the other screen. Very, very nice. And Dort 49. My bucket list is to accept a drink from you.
Nice. It's the best thing about going to events, man. Going to, like, you walk to that hotel lobby and you suddenly get like 5 people that are like, oh man, I really want to buy you a drink, and you're like, well, wait till the after party. Just come down there.
I never told them to wait. I'm like, sure, I'm thirsty.
Yeah, I'm ready to go.
Hashtag professional.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Super are. Actually, speaking of, I guess, events, man, DreamHack Austin coming up really soon. 2 weeks. Yeah,
it sure is. And actually, it's not been announced, but I will just say it right now. For you guys watching, I am officially going to be there as a commentator.
We did this before. The last thing he commentated, you're just like, it hasn't been announced officially.
It was I Am Katowice. But this time, it's not been announced officially. I don't care. It's alright. I haven't signed an NDA.
Heyo.
So, there you go. See you guys in Austin, Texas. Yeah. Yeehaw.
You'll be working at the main events. We'll be working, that is me and Rifkin will be working a little bit off to the side as a community cast for as much as we see fit, actually. They've been very free with, just like kind of do whatever you want as long as you do something. So excited for that. We'll certainly see you guys if you go to DreamHack Austin.
Base Trade and I will be working separately, but we'll be drinking together.
That is for sure. 6th Street, man. You were there, were you there last time? No.
Nope.
No.
This is my I've actually never been to Texas before. It's my first time going to Texas.
Oh man, Austin's actually a very fun city. I think you will.
Yeah, I heard that. That's why I specifically requested it.
Nice.
I had a couple WCS events that Mark Olbers was like, "What would you like to do?" And I told him which ones. I'm not going to tell you guys which ones. One of them was Austin.
Yeah,
so you have to guess the other one.
Worthwhile for sure. I'm super excited now. Oh boy.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It's going to be a good time. Speaking of good times, TVP happening right now. A little bit of a depth poke there from Patience. jjakji getting the Terran Army, the one. That is Marine getting a Viking out, and that is Widowmines well being produced there. The anti-Stargate Gateway Force. Patience getting those gases in the natural as well. Oracle #1 floating across for some damage.
Yep. jjakji, one of those Terrans that just kind of been like, you know what, if they're going to go for a Stargate, I'm not going to be able to do any damage with the medevac anyways. And, well, I didn't scout the Stargate, I guess it's what he's anticipating. So they just build a Viking instead of a medevac and place the Widowmines around their base and continue on with the build, basically. It's one way to play. It isn't always worthwhile. I mean, think back to the game we saw with Alive and those Widowmine drops against Super. I mean, that was totally worth it. But not always going to be the case if they open up with a Stargate. So jjakji just, he's not going to get much scouting because of it, which is like the unfortunate part. Again, not scouting the Stargate, but not scouting anything else beyond that without a Widowmine drop. But he will not have to worry about losing so many units right off the bat.
That's right. We got the Twilight Council and Forge getting dropped here. More decks being walked in. Looking like we're going to be seeing some Phoenixes pretty soon, if you know what I mean. 2 of these Oracles up are very, very dangerous for any worker line, but also they need to be on the lookout for Widowmines at the same time.
Yeah.
Getting that Revelation off. It's a safer option.
You can see definitely how the game has progressed in TVP. So jjakji's being very defensive, as he is, he probably should be. A lot of adepts coming in here now, but Widowmines being placed randomly around the base and around the map has become so popular, so it's like Patience almost responding by throwing down kind of almost random revelations. Still catches some of the army, but I think he was also looking for Widowmines, which he didn't catch. One's out here, and then that's the other one's actually in the main base.
Yeah, that's right. This Widowmine on the in the choke between the natural and the third has actually gotten more Protoss units than I care to admit. That's actually, for some reason, a very effective spot. Getting 3 SCV kills here, and they will leave. Looks like the Viking will not chase down and kill that Oracle. Nice little free bit of damage there for Patience. Also gets a look at the main to see what's down as far as production structures go, which is, something that he would expect. 3 racks, factory with a reactor, and a reacted starport as well, getting those medevacs out, which are going to be very important if jjakji ever wants to stim in the future of this game.
Which he probably will.
Yes. Stim pack 3/4 of the way done.
Yeah, and Sim, Comet Shields, +1, all on the way right here, along with Widowmines. He'll have a decent push, but again, that lack of scouting might be really hurting jjakji. He's kind of just playing into what he expects. By now, of course, he has not seen Phoenixes because there aren't any, and that might give him some glimpse into the fact that it's not what people are saying is so good right now. To be honest, I've seen a lot more Protosses in the last 3 days go for the immediate blink follow-up than the Phoenix follow-up. And it has been tripping up the Terran players who are expecting to play one way and then realizing that was not like so wrong the game is over, but not the ideal way, Like if they knew Phoenixes weren't going to be on the map, they would have already been dropping.
This is a nice revelation there for Patience. Sees that move out from jjakji. And yeah, just to touch on your point there, like the wonderful thing about StarCraft 2 is that it's not figured out, and it is, wow, that mine hit could have been way worse. This one could be juicy. Gets dropped here in the back natural. Yeah, that's going to be some nice probes there. 6 kills, about as good as it gets for a single mine.
Nice.
Unless they stack. Ooh! Mines everywhere. But, oh god, what was I saying? Yeah, so, RTSs, StarCraft 2, StarCraft 1 even, not completely figured out. Lots of people coming up with ideas to deal with different compositions. So, people might think Phoenix Adept is the go-to. It's nothing stronger than that. It might not actually be true. These pro gamers, they're pretty smart. Give them a couple months. They'll figure things out. And then you can follow them. You can do their builds online like the rest of us.
Yeah, exactly. Now, while it does go in a blink right after the Stargate as opposed to Resident Enclaves and Phoenix, we do still have Patience going into Resident Enclaves. So he'll have a very strong ground army, and he's even getting +1 armor as opposed to +2 attack, which seems just like kind of old-fashioned, but I like it. But my point is, he could still have an overwhelming army, so jjakji would have been very wrong, pretty much, just if he had tried to continue being aggressive. I do like his pullback, but he is missing out on a couple more drops, especially since these Blink Stalkers are obviously out and about in the middle of the map.
He's also, his third base is just floating over now, and that third Nexus for Patience has been done a little bit here, so that income difference is palpable. You can taste it.
Yeah,
it's very nice for Patience here. A bit of a Nikon advantage until that CC gets dropped anyway. And Liberators are, they're tough to deal with without Phoenix. There's got lots of Blink Stalkers, but that's what the bio is waiting for.
Yeah. I think jjakji in this defensive position, which Patience of course sees Revelation, should be good for the defense. I'm really not sure Patience will want to try and break this. If he does, he's got to do something a little more clever than just brute forcing. He does a lot of force fields. He could do something with the War Prism. But he brute forces it.
Could. Yeah, that Liberator was unsieged, and there's not too many Liberators out just now, and the Bio's coming into stim. They're being funneled a little bit by these force fields, shading of these Adepts. Looking like they're going to end in the middle here, splitting them now there on the Marauders on the left, and it's actually doing not too bad on the left side of the attack here, blinking those Stalkers to get that meat shield of the Adepts back again. 14 SCVs went down during this battle as well.
Yeah, that Revolution was so key. It saw that about half of the army was defending like the third base from a couple of Adepts or something. The Liberators were unsieged. That was the perfect time to try and brute force the attack. He takes 14 SCVs with him and delays that third base even further. If Patience doesn't take any extreme losses to the Widowmines, I think this is totally worth it.
Yeah, I think he lost a sentry and some hit points on those units from that one Widowmine there, so really, really good start of this game for Patience. I mean, the supplies is telling the tale. He has got a huge bank. He's got a ton of supply. He's just using that bank now to make a bunch of Adepts. Plus to attack halfway done. His upgrades are looking better. 4th Nexus on the way. Are you kidding me, Zombie Grub? Patience is all over this like a rash.
If jjakji just had everything in position, it could be a different story. But now he's going to have to really hope the Widowmines get great shots on the Adepts, which is possible, and Patience has to be a little bit careful.
These Adepts committed a shade into the natural. They will have their shades back shortly. There's more Liberators now. Not too many Stalkers. They're actually getting shredded here by this bio. Miscontrol here from jjakji. Not microing that army, and he loses a lot there. But that said, though, 19 more SCV kills. And these Adepts will shade and escape.
All those mules from the third base, I guess? No, that didn't even land. He's stacking mules like crazy.
Yeah, must have had a ton of energy on that main CC I didn't see.
Dang. Alright, well, jjakji down to 19 SCVs. Is this mule economy is going to give him a big boost for 30 seconds here, and then it's going to be game over for his economy. Maybe he could do something with that. He has a handful of Widow Mines. He still has his Liberators, but he still is being so defensive. You know, Patience still up 20 army supply, up in upgrades. jjakji is just going to try and macro this one out. I don't think that's going to work.
Wow, he splits here and he commits to this. And a blink forward here by Hurricane. Down go the Liberators, and down goes jjakji. That is too much Protoss on the dance floor. GG. Patience gets game 1 on Belshire.
That brute force attack really working out. jjakji probably cursing, but the big problem was just that he was on siege and out of position, so...
Yeah, unfortunate. Getting caught with your pants down, so it's a rough way to lose, but he'll be a little bit more alert in game 2, I'm willing to bet.
It really sucks too, because I feel like you see this with occasion, like all matchups actually. Maybe not TvT, because TvT, if you're too defensive, it feels like a real death sentence. But anyways, when it comes to TvZ and TvP, occasionally you'll see these Terrans that are very, very aware of, I guess we'll say, the difficulty of the matchup, and they'll be very defensive. And sometimes that'll work out perfectly, you know, like the Zerg player will over-dedicate, the Protoss player will over-dedicate, and they can counterattack with a bigger, better, more advanced army, which is what jjakji was wanting to do. But it takes away so much of what Terran is really good at and supposed to do in a lot of times, you know? They're usually the ones that are dropping, taking control of the early game and the mid game, taking control of the map, taking engagements. It forces the Terran player to really play a very different game, and that can look very uncomfortable with some people. You just feel like they are uncomfortable. You feel it.
Yeah. Actually, Artosis put up a good article on social media while you were sleeping, I think. But it was out a few hours ago, maybe 6 hours ago, and it actually really diagnosed the situation of TvP right now, and that, you know, that whole Phoenix Adept thing, and how Terrans are forced to play differently than what they expect in this matchup, and that's why they're upset about it, rather than, you know, his argument is that they should be adapting to a new style of TvP to go with the meta instead of fighting against it.
Yeah, I read it while we were getting set up for the cast. Well, not all of it. It was quite long, but...
Yeah, it is long. It is long, but, you know, Artosis has a big, sexy brain and a lot to say, so...
Yeah, I liked all of his points, and I agree, certainly, to a degree. Kind of like... Degree. I mean, Protoss had that tough time for the first, what, like 6 months, maybe even a year, honestly, of Legacy of the Void, where they had to super change up the way they played, and, well, they certainly have. Now they're the ones that control the mid-game. I think speaking of pressure, SC pressure, Adept pressure, am I right? For the 4-month resub. Here we are.
That's why you get the big bucks.
Yeah, the big bucks, the big ad bucks, exactly. Wow. It is Honor Grounds. Second time we've seen this as the loser's map choice. Very interesting.
Yeah.
And it is this guy in the bottom right, the blue Terran, down 1. It's jjakji.
I wonder what he's got planned here for Honor Grounds, why he picked this map versus the others. Whatever, man. We will see. In the top left here, winning game number 1. Currently on match point. This is Patience.
The winner of this will be facing Hurricane, so either a TVP or a PvP. Seems to be happening a lot lately in the Korean League. Such a difference between now and even 4 months ago, where it was stereotypically dominated by Terrans, now swapped over to being dominated by Protoss, with poor Zergs still being the underrepresented race in Korea.
Yeah, that is kind of the stage right now, but you know, we've talked about SC2 on the whole. We've gotten existential with this shit. SC2 does change, it does cycle, so we'll be seeing, you know, all you Zerg fans, do not despair, they'll be back. Actually saw some really nice performance from Dark the other night in SSL.
Yeah, Bjol,
really
of course.
Strong series, yeah.
Bit biased for Bjol,
and
but Bjol's been doing
yeah.
some really cool shit too.
I mean, you cannot... When you talk about the top echelons of Zerg, Dark and Bjol are pretty much it right now, along with Su, of course. And you know, even though those guys are losing games, they are getting into finals. Sue making to the top 2 of GSL is, he didn't win GSL, but he made it to the finals, guys, and that means he's pretty damn good. So
yeah.
Pro coming in here, having a look, seeing what's up.
Command Center first versus Nexus first. So this was the plan for jjakji. He was the one that chose this map, and it makes sense. Honor Grounds, while it has problems otherwise, when it comes to expansions, it does have that in-base expansion. So it looks very tempting to take it. In this case, it's going to work out perfectly fine for both players. Command Center first into 3 racks as well, not 2 and then factory. So a lot of early bio production can lead to a very, very strong push. Pushes that have just ended Protoss's life, from the Diamond Leagues to Zest Leagues. So patience gotta be on guard.
Zest Leagues. So this is, this is something that a lot of Terrans will do on 4-player maps. This is also something that Terrans will do in TvP on Cactus Valley, that gasless expand while getting those gases later, and then getting those 3 Rexes with that CC first. It is so strong. You have those units out. Things like Stargate openers, which Patience is going for right now, can be shut down because you have plenty of Marines. And then, the other flexible side of it is that you can go across the map and put the herd on.
I'm sorry, DeWitt. I missed DeWitt 49's 35-month resub. Oh my god, that's a lot of months. Can't wait for that drink to happen, Maynard. CG gets a drink for choice as well. I guess we were talking about that earlier, so...
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I just remembered. Yeah, that was on my bucket list. I should remember that.
Well, another thing, of course, that Terran's been doing are... I mean, this is actually this is not a new thing, really, but it is a unique build. And like I said, it doesn't happen too often, but it's not new. Terrans are doing this in Heart of the Swarm, popping that Nexus overcharge back in the day, and then just leaving. Used to be a very good thing to do. So you do still see occasionally just a handful of Marines try and walk forward, get the overcharge, or if there's no overcharge, just straight up get a Nexus.
Yeah, I was going to say, do you know what I really loved was back in the day when people like Polt and that sort of thing, who would just, and MMA and those kind of guys, who really turned the hurt back on when Protosses were really dominating against Terrans back in the day. They would get this whole like Marine hit squad thing happening and hit just when the 3rd Nexus finishes and kill it. Yep. That's really cool. I miss those days.
That Oracle not seeing the Marines might have meant the death of the Mothership Core. Something as simple as that.
Yeah, there's that overcharge. Bait it out. There's no second overcharge here.
There will be, but with what, 15 more Marines? No, actually, there's gonna be a lot more Marines than that when Medevacs finally pop out. I was looking at that stim, actually. It's still scary.
Yeah, that's the last one there for the Mothership Core. And these Marines can engage these Adepts, but they're gonna micro smartly back into that photon overcharge range. Actually, the Oracle with the Adepts could maybe engage these Marines. She's certainly gonna try to. Second Adept coming in to help out.
Oh, very nice micro on these Oracles, taking a lot of damage, but not dying. And he takes care of a good chunk of Marines. This was scary for Patience, but now it's jjakji put down kind of... Well, now it's going to look like a normal opener, not a CC first opener when it comes to the drop, which was barely enough to fill up 2 medevacs.
Yeah, and that was... I don't even think Patience lost a unit there. That was a really clean hold for him. Nice micro. And he decides to use this advantage of... the space that he's opened up for himself to go for a counterattack here, and he's sending his units across the map. jjakji is in position at the 3rd base location. A bunch of Marines. They're not upgraded just yet.
I was going to say, this could have backfired. There are more Marines, though, so it would have been wrong for Patience to engage. Still a little bit scary, though. Like, that stim hurts. Medevacs aren't out. So close.
Yeah, Medevac's going to come out. This army is actually going to be very, very scary for Patience. They're going to have +1 as well.
Damn,
strong bio.
Yeah, certainly. But Patience has done a really great job deflecting the Marine push. He's already getting up to his gateway production, his upgrades. It's not Resonating Glaives again, which is like... I feel like if it was Resonating Glaives... Oh, finally loses that Oracle. He might have had an opportunity to overwhelm, but with Blink Stalkers, it's not nearly as probable. Looks like Patience was thinking about being aggressive, but I don't know. Again, without the Resonating Glaives, without mass amounts of Adepts, I'm not so sure it's going to work, but he really wants to. Okay.
Okay. All right. All right, Patience. make a believer out of me. That's all I got to say. So he sees this tagged army of jjakji heading across the map here. Obviously, the revelation went down on the army. So he knows that this push is coming. And is jjakji going to wait for this revelation to fade off and then go for a pickup? Something Terrans sometimes do. Splitting up his units here.
Yeah, he hasn't really seen that it's transfer over in a blink, I don't believe, you know? When you think about what he's seen 3 adepts and a 6 adepts, so that was the first time he saw that many stalkers.
Yeah, Patience is definitely going to put on the aggressive pants here pretty shortly as that gateway turns into a warp gate. He has that fast warp-in capability of that proxy pylon. Yeah.
Well, there's a drop in the main base. I don't know how I missed that, but it doesn't do too much. Immediate pull from Patience means this Widowmine doesn't even go off on anything. Only a handful of Marines otherwise, and Blink Stalkers do take care of it. No, oh my god. Okay, no, he did it. Oh god, I saw those probes going back, but he did that very well. We lost 2.
Yeah. Just jjakji got a couple probe kills there and denied a little bit of mining time, so that is damage in itself, but not the juicy big connections. We've seen a lot of really good Widowmine connections actually in this tournament, but a couple of misrallied SCVs on that third for jjakji.
Plays it very
no big
safe.
deal there.
Pulls the probes. I'm gonna just stare at these SCVs until they're on.
We can just zoom in and really hammer in the fact that jjakji is losing a little bit of mining time here.
This is not gonna notice this.
I don't think so.
Okay,
Yeah,
well, clearly another game where jjakji's just a little bit scared, and rightfully so. He was denied early with those Marines, and he saw a big old Protoss army moving towards him. He hasn't seen the gateway that was proxied. That would make him even more paranoid, but it is up and ready to go.
What a hacker, man. Stimming up and getting that oracle.
Oh, is that what you did? I missed it. Yeah, no more oracles.
Really nice move there from jjakji catching that oracle. Getting 4 Widowmines into that medevac for a drop here. And Hallucinated Phoenix of Patience coming in and have a look and see what's going on. Doesn't get any information at all except for turrets.
Nope. That's a nope. Not sure this is going to be able to do very much. Cannons at every single base. Stock to the third.
Oh! Slapback. That's a backhand right there for Patience.
Yeah, that was. Save servers.
Josh is going to have to reset his jaw or get back into the ring.
The zeros are even perfectly timed. Patience, having not gone for a robo for quite some time in this game, did double down. I think it was very appropriate. 4th base on the way for both parties, and a robotics bay as well. So we have gone past the point of a gateway army. Patience did not try and end the game, even though it looked like he had all the intentions to do so. Now this is just going to be like old-fashioned Heart of the Swarm, where they're just warping in willy-nilly as fast as possible to get some charge lots in your base.
Heck yeah.
Adepts.
Or adepts in this case. 9 of them being warped in right now. 2-2 on the way here. 2-2 also on the way for Terran, very even in upgrades. Yeah, Patience making sure that he doesn't get supply blocked here. It's something I need to work on personally as well. 5 more pylons coming down.
This timing of the factory pickup makes a lot more sense to me than some other games. I know I talked about this earlier with Alive, but it's just that I think both parties recognize how late the game's going to go into, and if it's going to go to late game, it means it's not going to be so much about killing adepts as it is, you know, as well as immortals and stalkers and maybe even a colossus soon. So, factory, unfortunately, still not scouting. How? Oh, thank God he saw it.
Yeah, jeez. Right click and kill it. And we've got a double Colossus being made here with extended thermal lance, and these stalkers getting blink cooldown there. Some concussive shell are going to help jjakji pull off a couple of them, shaping from the pack.
Dep's a little bit too late to the party. Wow, this bunker. Don't see this too often. It does help.
That is cool, isn't it? And this planetary is going to finish and she's going to fend for herself.
Colossus
a lot of Protoss units here. That's also a lot of Liberators. Oh.
It's another Oracle. Not bad. I mean, it got the Revelation off before it died, but might be worth remaking it yet again to make sure you have eyes on the army. And
Patience really needs an anti-Liberator countermeasure here, and Stalkers are it. I mean, Colossus is going to be amazing, but there are a lot of Bio units here. Yeah. Nice micro from both players, actually. Patience being very, very careful. Slow but steady. Leapfrogging here with these Liberators. Patience using this opportunity to pick off one of the Liberators. Falls back, takes a lot of damage there in his army. View of the Stalkers, looks like a sentry went down as well. jjakji's army, still with plenty of medevac energy, can continue to stim and continue to dance around. He's going to break off and go for a Doom Drop in the main while Patience isn't looking.
Oh boy, just barely circumvents the overcharges as
those
well.
robotics facilities.
Oh no, the Robo's all going to go down here. The Colossus can kind of respond, but not anymore. The Liberators come to help out too.
Oh, miss blink there from the Stalkers. They can't get up the main now. They have to walk up here, and that Colossus gets picked off. The Adepts are like, oh my god, where is my support?
Oh, and these ones actually aren't going to do anything at all. This could have been devastating, but there's so much bio already reinforcing. That doesn't do anything at all. Another attack at the 4th base, and Paige is being pulled everywhere.
jjakji's playing like Beyond right now. He's in 6 places at once doing damage. 23 probes going down. Patience has been set back into the Stone Age. He's lost all his tech. All he has is gateway units.
Oh, he still has a lot of cannons to help out, but actually not covering the Nexus. This natural Nexus might just go down. More Stalkers being warped in. I think the only chance Patience has is to clean this up and then a counterattack immediately.
Kill the Nexus! There it is.
There it is. Not going to be able to take out that medevac either.
So yeah, I think you're right. Patience just has to all army hotkey and A move, maybe even pull the probes and just totally kill jjakji here. Like there is no economy to fall back to at all. Patience just has to go all in. And jjakji knows this. He's got a Ghost on the way actually, and that's going to help out a ton.
Yeah. Oh, catching medevacs is really nice. That's actually, I think, all of the medevacs in the front lines here. Going to be cut down to 4. Still not terrible, but not ideal. Oh, just kidding. 2. They're cutting 2.
Yeah. JK, LOL. 2 medevacs now.
That's
a lot of Terran units, but the Protoss army's not too shabby either. Picks off 1 Liberator there. Should blink back now. There it is.
Nice. Nicely done. 2 go down. I love that Patience, by the way, canceled his upgrades. He still has 2-2 to 2-2. But his 3-3 is about halfway down and decides, no, I gotta go all in, gotta do this. Banking a lot of gas as well, so he's gonna warp in sentries. Sometimes not the most useful thing to have, but maybe a couple force fields could be clutch. Certainly Guardian Shield is already available.
Yeah, if he catches like a bold stim forward, jjakji can shave them into Colossus range. And a big concave here for jjakji, though. That's gonna be a tough engagement. EMP whiffs, though.
Yep. Very, very tough.
Goes something in for another EMP, another whiff there. Getting the Immortal is nice, but he really wants those sentries and he really wants those gateway units.
I didn't realize the sentries were warped in back at home. That's what came across the field. Colossus not lasting too long. Actually, what the heck? He's taking forever to kill it. Force field, so many force fields. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, and actually these force fields really helped out Patience in this battle. Reinforcement of Adepts from the north going to help out against these Marauders. Those force fields actually won him this fight.
I think they might have. He's actually done it. The medevacs are all dry as well. The Immortal helped a lot with so many Marauders being around here. And while the sentries are now out of juice, that Guardian Shield, that was the last one he had. Oh man, if he had Widow Mines, this could have been really good. That Observer was sniped off, but his factory is still floating.
Yeah, jjakji getting force filled again. More units being shaved up here. Some Adepts shedding into the main to hit those Marauders. Looks like they're going to get taken out. Hot pick up here on the medevac, but another blink forward here by Patience. And he goes forward for the throat here of jjakji. Does he have enough? It looks like he may have. The army supplies starting to dwindle here, but jjakji, the clutch 4th century reinforcement here from Patience. Looking like it might seal the deal.
This is a pylon on a War Prism, by the way. I was so confused. Oh, that's actually going to do it, though. Slow warp-ins and everything.
Oh.
Patience, 2 zeros. And that second game, I think most people would say he wasn't supposed to win that one.
No, he wasn't, but that's the thing. When you commit a lot of your army to getting damage done, you need to have stuff back at home. And the engagement for jjakji and Patience, like Patience controlled a beautiful, jjakji not so much. Missed a couple of EMPs. They would have made all the difference, I feel.
Yeah, with that many sentries for sure.
Yeah. But, you know, unfortunate for jjakji, unfortunate for Patience. The control there, the decision to go all in, it worked out. Well played. He earns himself in the grand finale against Hurricane, by the looks of it.
Right. So a PvP Hurricane versus Patience coming up here. Going to be starting off on whoopsie, that's awkward. I just invited jjakji.
Salt in the wounds, savage.
It's going to be starting off in Newkirk Precinct, but before we get into it, a quick 2-minute break. Thanks for watching, guys. Reminder to use those match arena codes all up. That's our goal for today. People are linking it in chat, so please use it. BTSL2. Thanks a lot. See you in a few.